I want to start by clarifying right away that this video will not cover the movie in any way. Yes, I have watched it, but here I simply want to cover the masterpiece that inspired such great cinema in the first place.
Beginning at descent. Cruising depth in roughly 40 seconds. Stand by. I'm seeing some voltage irregularities in the instruments, so keep an eye out for sparks or flames or anything like that. Approaching maximum depth. The hull's feeling it, but it's still holding strong. Closing port hole shielding. We're starting to lose radio signal. You'll be at cruise depth soon, so refreshing and be careful. You're on your own. Good.
Perhaps I should repeat that for you. One more time. You're on your own. And with that, the horror has already begun. You can be socially anxious, heavily introverted, or any such thing. But human instinct is to fear the crushing loneliness one can only find at the bottom of the ocean or in the depth of space. David Szymański captured that feeling perfectly, and he did it with PS1 graphics. That alone should let you know how the experience is going to be. Iron Lung crafts its horror not from what you find, but what you can't. There is no life to see in the blood ocean. Not for long, at least. The aim of the game is simple. Reach each checkpoint, take a picture from the right angle, and continue to the next. Sounds easy enough, and it honestly is. But trapped within the SM-13, with only a forward-facing camera, proximity indicators, and a dirty map, you, the convict, push onwards. Well, from there, the descent seems uneventful. You take a picture at a checkpoint, finding some weird, tooth-like structures. But everything goes fine. So you take another. But from there, you start to hear noises outside. You've been hearing a lot of creaking and blood rushing, but this sounds like whale song. You listen more intently, perhaps taking a picture in the direction of the sound. However, it vanishes as quickly as it appeared. Thinking nothing of it, you press on. But then you hear it again. This time, more monstrous, more threatening. But once again, you find no trace and continue to the next checkpoint. The oxygen notification is scarier than it should be. A simple reminder that only 75% remains. But to you, the first thing that can actually talk to you down here. Not that it can hold a conversation. You take the third picture, starting to fall into a routine. The iron lung starts falling apart little by little, starting with a burst pipe. You don't have the equipment to fix it, so you carry on, hoping it wasn't important. The whale song doesn't stop you anymore. The proximity indicators start beeping rapidly. Checking your map, you're nowhere near a wall. A rushing sound comes from the side of the indication, and as you go to check, silence falls. Nothing else happens until the fourth picture. You take it as usual, but upon staring into the screen, something stares back. You scramble to take another picture to confirm, but the inhuman face that stared directly at you has disappeared, just like every other sign of life in this blood ocean. You begin to question your sanity. It must be your imagination, caused by pure loneliness. That explanation is more palatable than any other. It's a smooth ride to the fifth picture. Well, as smooth a ride through an ocean of blood could be. Your finding at the checkpoint is a little more unsettling than the others, being some sort of large skeletal remains. You decide not to dwell on it longer than necessary. Number 6 passes you by. You don't want to pay any mind to the odd noises, nor the implications of the picture. You just want to finish and leave. Preferably the latter. More pipes burst along the way. The initial noise still shakes you, but you keep going regardless of hull integrity. The routine continues, and you make your way towards the 7th picture. The hull shakes, and your momentum ceases. It seems as though you hit something. Taking a picture reveals pure emptiness, not even the odd flora you found at the beginning of your journey. Could that truly have been your imagination? It is the fear of what shall happen to you should you stick around that drives you onward now. You check your map against your ship coordinates, and you seem to have shifted in location. Where before you travelled through a cave system, you now sit in the largest opening on the map. Perhaps fear got the better of you, and you really had been moving during the shaking of the hull moments ago, which had landed you here. Or perhaps oxygen was beginning to run thinner than expected, and you were hallucinating. There is no time to consider which is true. Something moves past your ship again, setting off the proximity indicators. It goes much faster than before. You tell yourself that you cannot afford to care. In reality, you are too afraid to look. Picture number 7 goes fine. The picture itself, at least. A softer noise plays in your ears on the next journey, like a horn of some kind. Oxygen ticks down once again. 3 checkpoints remain, but they span the top half of the map. You're running out of time. Panic sets in and you push harder on the forward button. A warm feeling creeps up on you. Light grows behind you. It feels pleasant. You turn around and... Fire! The ship is on fire! You grab the fire extinguisher and hurry to put it out, breathing heavy with hysteria. A moment of calm returns to you as you put the extinguisher back. Perhaps you take a small break. Perhaps the lowering oxygen pushes you onward sooner than you would rather. The 8th checkpoint is the strangest so far. Whatever it is that you're seeing, its mere existence is enough to make the hull shudder, and it emanates a strange noise that pierces through your skull. You know better than to theorize on what it could be. Another collision on your way out. A brief panic, and you realize to check your coordinates again. You've once more been relocated to a more opportune position. The 9th image is swift and simple. A slight calm settles in your heart. Only one more, and you can leave. No more blood ocean. No more odd creatures, cave systems, sudden teleportations, or the proximity indicators pick up on something right in front of you. The map shows no wall. Slowly, you inch your way to the camera, and as the picture is taken, you see an eyeball. Large, surrounded by scales. Whatever this creature is, it dwarfs your iron lung. You try another picture. It has disappeared, like everything before, like anything after. You hope there is nothing after. Oxygen drops to the last quarter. The hull screams, a wet feeling envelops your ankles, and, upon inspection, blood is filling the interior. You are running out of time. The blood keeps rising rapidly. You rush to the last checkpoint, desperate to survive. You hurriedly turn around to take the last picture, and... it would seem you failed. Paranoia got the better of you, and you rushed into something you never should have found in the first place. It was never going to let you leave the moment you saw its face. It only kept you alive as entertainment. It fed on your fear and anxiety as an appetizer for its even tastier meal. You